Hello. New angle. You can see more about what I'm doing and also more talking. Cheers. Toasting you with a beautiful Umbrian Chardonnay this evening. After the last video, someone mentioned to me that they said, you know, people are at home with families, they need to know what to cook. You could maybe, you know, direct your food more at families. And I say to you what I said to him, which is, I am a single 47-year-old borderline alcoholic who loves bourbon and beef. I am not the saviour of family cooking. That. But if you've got a family with an open mind, they'll love what I cook, okay? So today's a good one. This is my kind of cooking. This is just making stuff up, right? So there are elements of Mexico in this dish, but to any Mexican cook out there, and I'm shouting out to Skippy Eccles in Ljubljana from El Patron, amazing tacos if you ever get down to Slovenia. Forgive me for this is my version, okay? So beef short ribs, love beef short ribs. And I've given these a rub. I could give you the recipe, but actually I just was looking what we had in. There's a jerk seasoning in here. Allspice, salt, chili, black pepper, cumin, thyme, garlic, onion, demerara, sugar, paprika, bay leaves, turmeric. Perfect. Wanted to use it up, gave it a rub for a few hours. Just want to get some colour on those. And what we're going to do is we're going to slow cook these bad boys. And then, slow cook these bad boys. I sounded like Jamie Oliver, didn't I? Can't get away from him. I'm in love with him, really. He's a great guy. I've never met him, don't know what I'm talking about. But he seems a great guy. And he's certainly done a lot for British food. But I'm not from Southend, I'm from the north. There you go. No, I want to brown those. We're going to slow cook them and then I'm going to put them in tacos. So we're going to get this braised beef, spicy, smoky. Love it. Going to get some colour on those and then going to throw loads of stuff in there. Variety of things. When these are coloured, we'll come back and I'll show you. Okay, so our beef is browned, smells amazing. Now it's time to just start throwing things in. Orange juice, big deal in Mexican cooking, don't know why, but it is. Beef stock, Bosch, ancho chilies. These are, there's not really much heat in these, but they give a lovely smokiness and a warmth, which is amazing. And I just soaked them a little bit. You don't really have to, you can just throw them in. A little bit of that stock in there as well. Demerara sugar, very nice, in that goes. Right, now then, smoked paprika. This is the Hungarian stuff, the sweet stuff. You can use sweet or hot, it's up to you. I am gonna put probably about a tablespoon there and a little teaspoon just on the worktop, that's always good luck. Onion granules, we'll have some of those, maybe a tablespoon. Let's put a couple of bay leaves in there. Oregano, we're going to do a tablespoon of that, I reckon. Tin chopped tomatoes, we're going to put them in there. Oh, nightmare, isn't it? This doesn't happen on telly. Cumin seeds, we're going to have those. Tablespoon of those. Chipotle paste, again, more warmth, a little bit of heat. I'm going to put a tablespoon of that in there. And I'll adjust all this later on. I mean, I'm just making it arbitrary, right? That's what cooking's all about, is just have a go. Chili, we'll have a little bit of chili. This is one of the big red ones from the supermarket. It's not going to have a lot of heat in it. Bong that in there. Bit of garlic. And the whole point is you're trying to get balance, right? You're trying to get heat. You're trying to get a little bit of depth in there. Citrus will come as well. I'm going to put a little bit of acid, a little bit of cider vinegar in there as well. Half a cinnamon stick. Maybe about 10 peppercorns. Again, always one where you put the paprika. That's good luck. And that's it. Give that a little bit of a push around. And you're going to put them, I mean, you can slow cook these, right? If you got a good slow cooker, leave them overnight, 4 hours minimum. I'm going to bung this in an oven about 120 degrees, and I'm just going to leave it for probably overnight, actually. Just leave it for a long time. And basically what you want is you want that meat to just fall off the bone. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to take that stock, reduce that right down, and then get the meat back in that sauce, and then you've got the most amazing thing to go into tacos. Yeah, anyway, there you go. I'll go back on the vino. Hello again. So it's the day after. This has come out of the oven and has cooled down, and I wish you could smell it. It is, oh, it's amazing. So what we've got is now, we've got these beef short ribs that just fall apart. You see that? Yeah, let me try and get a bit closer. You see? It just falls apart. And even now, is good. But what we're going to do is we're going to finish it by taking all of the beef out and reducing this sauce right down with a little friend. This, unbelievably, was new yesterday. And after a beautiful bottle of Argentinian Malbec and a beautiful bottle of Umbrian Chardonnay, myself and my friend Stephen put the worlds to rights. So if I am a bit under par today, you have the Woodford to thank. But it was a fine evening, and whatever, in lockdown, all bets are off. So this comes out here. We're going to reduce this sauce down to a really thick, sticky liquor. Adjust it for seasoning, and then just as it's reducing down, that's when I'm going to put the bourbon in, reduce that down, get rid of the alcohol, keep that lovely flavour, and then we are good to go. So time to reduce and see you shortly. Hey, so we're back. Okay, so this is reduced down now by about 3/4. And what I've done is I've taken out the star anise, I've taken out the cinnamon sticks, I've taken out the bay leaves, and then I've blitzed it. Everything else, the ancho chilies, peppercorns, blitzed it. So you've got this lovely, unctuous, quite punchy sauce. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish that off with a bit of salt. Doesn't need any more pepper because of the peppercorns that were in there. Bit of salt in there like so, and I'm going to finish it with a little bit of lime juice. Remember, I've added the bourbon and reduced that down with it. Give that a little mix. When you blitz it, by the way, do a better job than me. I ended up with half of it on myself, and it took me 5 minutes to clean the kitchen. You can see we've broken down all that meat, which is just beautiful. And then just simply going to put that back in. I have clean hands. I sang happy birthday while I washed them. I'm just going to pop that back in. And this is pretty much it. This is my braised, spiced Mexican smoky beef. Now, when I did my street food, which was called Daft Pudding, and it was Reet Posh filled Yorkshire puddings, what I did is I would take Yorkshire pudding batter and I'd put activated charcoal in the batter, so you ended up with a black Yorkshire pudding. I'd put a bit of activated charcoal in here, so this would go black as well. And I put black beans. I'd put a layer of melted charcoal cheddar in the middle, like a seam of coal running through a mine. And this on top, a little bit of chocolate to finish. And that was my kind of take on, it was called the Pits. It was my take on an idea of a Yorkshire pudding that would be smoky and dark from being in the mines, you know? So these are the flavours you get, this smoky, rich flavours. And, as I just reminded myself, the one special finishing touch here, chocolate, which I'm going to get right now. As if by magic. This is 85% chocolate, really good stuff. And you can use 100% cocoa. I mean, in Mexican cooking, cocoa, 100% chocolate, 100% cocoa is I just keep saying the same thing twice. That's the bourbon from last night. It's a condiment. It adds bitterness and sweetness together. It's fantastic. So just going to break that up, throw that in, melt it off, and we're done. Cut to about 4 hours from now, and it'll be a beautiful shot of finished tacos. And my dear friend Stephen is very kindly waiting for me to finish to come in his own house. Thanks, mate. So we're all done. It's time to put this bad boy together. So what we're going to do is take some of this recipe that's called Mexican rice, which I don't think is Mexican in any way, but it's rice, vegetables, veg stock, and tomatoes. Just makes it a little bit more fun. We put that on there like that. We're going to get some of our lovely braised beef, and we're going to put that on there like that. We are going to get a little bit of black beans, which is just black beans with bay leaves and oregano. That goes on there like that. A little bit of lime. I made some pickled radishes, which is a quick pickle, which is vinegar and then equal quantities of sugar and salt. And then if you want it, although I'm not going to put it on, if you want it, you can have a bit of yogurt as well. So there you go. That's my braised beef in black beans with red rice. Now the thing is, oh, I nearly forgot one last thing. A little bit of pure chocolate just over the top, just to give it a little bit of something, something. If you can keep some on the plate, that works. There we go. Now then, if only I had someone who could help me taste this. Is there anyone who could help me taste this?
Me.
Me? Who's me? Hattie, that's Hattie. Come on, Hattie, come and have a taste. So we get Hattie's magic chair. Come up, we have a spoon. Get rid of those because you probably won't want those. Let's give you some of this because you will want some of this. You ready? This is the one without the bourbon, by the way, it's worth pointing out. You like it? It's all the way down there. High five. Hey, maybe I am the saviour of family cooking. Thank you, darling. Brilliant.